What you leave for, bro? I got them dark colors. They do that sometimes when you like picking different uniforms. Yeah, I got them dark though. All right.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker III. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. And this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Looking to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And just like he did, almost winning the Heisman in Michigan, rookie Aiden Hutchinson blows up the play. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and Lions will take over.
Are a very particular set of skills.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Newman. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Newman. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Lions. Touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. And another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. He'll drop to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now back to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running right, here's Walker. Oh, he pulls over him. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Check man, check man.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Lions are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ready.
Now Newman back into his end zone. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, here's Newman. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. The Lions at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
Come on, man. What all of this?
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, here's Newman. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
You're sorry. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of time,
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan.
You're so weak. You're a waste of my time.
No,
you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Listen, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm talking about the guy. So you tell me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call this drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
I don't care if you did. My only thing was
here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Like that, and you're doing the same blitz every single game. Yeah. Hey, I feel you bring it. I don't care if you bring pressure, bring it. I need to practice.
They'll look to throw here. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. So give him 2 yards there on the completion.
Hey, man, let me try to take my stuff, man.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
My only thing is, if you're going to blitz, just pick different plays to blitz. Don't pick the same main blitz the last 40 plays. That's a lot.
this play to move the sticks.
18 Cardinal.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I'm gonna stick your ass. And I'm gonna stick him, and I'll definitely stick this little janky ass, bad luck motherfucker standing
He
here.
ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. He completes this to Walker.
I'm gonna stick your ass. And I'm gonna stick him, and I'll definitely stick this little janky ass, bad luck motherfucker standing here.
On the play, so now third down coming up. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted it. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Eskridge here complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up the fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll try and throw for it here. Sliding out of the pocket. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. The 20. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Everybody in that goddamn dressing room.
His first touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first
I'm gonna stick your ass. I'm gonna stick him, and I'll definitely stick this little janky ass, bad luck motherfucker standing here.
Sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other, because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
To the right side, this is Walker. Tap it on the play by Tariq Castro.
It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my time.
Really nice
it's a waste of time right here.
Not allowing him to get to the perimeter.
Oh, you're so
but
weak.
That means your
You're a
defensive
waste of
ends,
my
your outside
time.
linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback. They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Sticking with Walker on second down. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They're going to try and throw. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On the counter, it's Hall. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's Hall again. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Newman, eluding the pressure right. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
Everybody in that
A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a round is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout this rookie season, and his problem turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
On 1st down, Newman. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get in the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for...
There he goes, left side. 30, rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On second down, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Goodwin. And they will touch him down before he gets the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
You know, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And give him 6 yards
I'm
here
gonna
as
stick
he
your
stopped
ass.
near the
And I'm gonna
35
stick him,
to the 34.
and I'll definitely stick this little janky ass, bad luck motherfucker standing
But you get
here.
the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this
I'm gonna
defense
stick
able to
your
pick him
ass.
up
And I'm
there.
gonna stick him, and I'll definitely stick this little janky ass, bad luck motherfucker standing here.
Linebackers keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Looking to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown.
juggle coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels. And that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 42-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Straight ahead, Walker. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what can get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
79 Broncos. Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Back to throw, and that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 Lions.
Back to throw here. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. 18 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st down. A give for Walker running right. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now back to throw. Under pressure and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Here we go, here we go.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll drop to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert, and the Lions will take over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
All again on second down. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
The best there was, and the best there ever will be.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Unlock line! Unlock line!
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Look at my team!
On 3rd down, here's Walker. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. quarterbacks rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
And he takes it down at 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to bring it big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Again, it's Walker. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive rolling right here.
Okay, ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Okay.
They're going to look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Gotcha, bitch.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
All right.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Ball again on second down. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And a little bit of a consolation prize here. He's into the end zone. Won't run in the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point.
Yeah. Wish he had.
So the PAT is good. They get the touchdown, the point after, but a little consequence in the ending as this one's now over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity.
Would you say
that part is
Everybody
good.
in that goddamn dressing room
When the game is settled, when the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
This is silly.